Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a good time.
All right, guys. We will talk about this properly later. Um, and
Oh, look how beautiful the sky is at the same
there's
time.
not really any need for me to kind of make it known. But I think in regards to like accountability and like who I am in recovery, I should probably make it known. The last 2 weeks, I was gone from streaming and server. I had a relapse, and it was fucking awful. Um, it's not really anything I've gotten into on stream before. Like kind of like what my drinking is like. Obviously, I've been kind of. I'll call it. It's fine. It's fine. Honestly, it's not. It's not a fucking woe is me thing. I'm trying to keep the self hatred at bay because that's kind of how it got me in the first place. Um, but yeah, it's fucking hilarious how addiction works because I obviously got the news about the liver, and then because I knew I couldn't really stay in my education, I I retired, and then I just relapsed, and I've been fucking racking my brain ever since the because of course with I'm a late stage alcoholic, so I of course went for 2 weeks and gave myself acute withdrawal syndrome, and ever since I was suffering with that, I was like wondering why this again, you know, as everyone does, I'm sure, when they're dealing with stuff like that, and especially when it's coming out of them. Why have I done this again? I already know what's happened in the past was enough. Why have I done this? And I I know why it happened now because I felt I had the fucking excuse to because I could. Um, yeah, but as a positive of it, when it comes to streaming, I'm going to be talking about it a lot more, especially because I've got a couple thousand hours in like meetings and recovery work and just research. Uh, assuming you can't get out to meetings too often, I can now. Actually, I've been working with a charity since 2023, been a client for them. Um, Fuck it. You know what? Let me find the link. I did early last year. I did a uh, fundraiser for them. Yeah, full on docs myself here, but that's not. Hold on. Let me find a better link. Sorry, that's a Bing link. Why are you like this, Bing? Why are you like this? Um, no, I just use Microsoft Edge and it
Hello.
shows up on it. Yeah, I've been working with them since 2023.
How
I
you
was gone
doing?
for a didn't go to them for about
Good.
6 months.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a red
Huh.
phone. Do you by
Yeah,
chance know
we're
where it's at?
not yet, but we're gonna be looking for it too.
My pussy hurts. But as
Eh,
of tomorrow, I'm going back.
eh,
And it will be. It means streams will be
eh.
starting a bit later,
Here we go.
like kind of maybe 2 p.m. GMT. But by the way, that's a that fucking just giving thing. That's they don't use that anymore, so don't donate on there. It won't go to anyone. Um,
Excuse me. You can't believe the week I've been having.
I think
Pardon
the
me.
donations now
The
actually
day's
just
been
go
tough, as
straight
if you
to
can't tell from my face.
just to the hosting thing. Um, yeah, so I'll be going probably 4 times a week, and it's good as well because I was doing it for a while and I already had like rehab behind me. Um, you know, there's stuff to give back being in those groups. So we got to find a red phone, right?
Yeah, we gotta find a red phone.
Okay, but yeah, as I was kind of getting into my drinking, um, it is fucking bad. like obliterative. This time was the worst. I mean, it was only 2022 when I started drinking spirits. I thought it was like wine and cider and stuff. This most recent one, it was. I know there's a lot of Americans here, so let me. So, yeah, so I was. This time I graduated to a liter of vodka a day, which is a quarter of a gallon. Have you guys ever heard of the kindling of alcohol kindling? It's quite interesting. Where's the phone? Should be an addicts group on Discord. I'm sure they exist. I didn't realize that Discord was so much like a social media thing. I thought it was kind of like a new Skype type thing. All right, so kindling is by the process in which if you get severe withdrawal symptoms from alcohol, every subsequent time you take yourself to that point, it will be worse, and it is. This relapse was coming up 14 months sober. The one before that, I was hospitalized with alcoholic hallucinosis, which was horrific. That's like those. I think I've mentioned it a few times about those hallucinations becoming real. That one was really, really bad, and it was the first time it happened. And there was a point in that where it wasn't just that I was hallucinating and it was terrifying. I fully detached from reality, so I was not here. The delirium took over. This time, thankfully, I was so fucking terrified of that happening again, and it did happen again, but I didn't detach. As soon as, oh, what's good, homie?
Shit's good, my friend. How are you? That threw me off.
Yeah, I'm all good, motherfucker. I'm on a mountain looking for a phone type shit.
Oh, nice. You helping some locals out?
Yeah. I gotta get to like 30 books so I can find some shit and then do shit for. Oh, my pussy. Sorry, I fell over. Yeah. What's up?
Right, fair enough. I was wondering if you'd heard back from the judge about you joining that case yet or not. I don't know how long that shit normally takes.
It can take a day or two. Nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I do, I will read through it, get it on the docket, and then we'll get fucking going on it.
No problemo, sir. Thank you very much. Enjoy your
Would-
phone looking.
Thank you, sir. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, as soon as I knew I was in the shit, I was like, okay, do everything possible. As soon as I start hallucinating, I mean, I spoke to the charity and got advice on what to do, and it's like basically, if you start hallucinating, call an ambulance immediately. And I did. I started hallucinating, and I called an ambulance. My blood pressure was 174 over 126. We called them, and I called the kind of like the off peak service 111 in the UK, which is basically they can advise you and call an ambulance for you if needed. So it's not like an emergency thing. And I did. I went through the checks with them, and they called one. And then me and my mum had a call from the ambulance service, and it was basically this dickhead kind of surreptitiously trying to imply I was a time waster and finding any excuse not to send one. And then I was like, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll do it myself. I went and tried to go back to bed. I'd been awake for 3 days at this point. And I was just like, all right, if I just sleep, I can start healing. I'll be fine. And then I started feeling. To my knowledge, I've never had a delirium tremens induced seizure. Delirium tremens are a very interesting thing. I'd recommend looking them up. It's basically what severe alcohol withdrawal can entail. But during that, I started getting the sensation of my brain, like, swelling and shrinking and popping, and that is a sign you're going to have a seizure. So I got an Uber. I took an Uber to the hospital, and it cost me a lot of fucking money I do not have. Within half an hour, they had me on a fireman drip, saline IV, and they gave me benzodiazepam. They could have very easily admitted me for 10 days. I would not even be back now, but thankfully they didn't. And just the one dose of benzos was enough to stop the hallucinations within about 20 minutes. And yeah, I got another very, very expensive Uber home. That night I slept for 10 hours, then was awake for another 2, so I was hallucinating again. The second night was... the second night of not sleeping was the first day I started stream back up, 3 days ago. And yeah, as I was ending stream, I was hallucinating again. But luckily, I went to sleep that night. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday was the first day I was kind of like back with it. I mean, so as of today, I am 6 days sober. In 4 days, the kind of like the effects on my blood pressure and stuff like that will stop. And I'll be properly myself again. No, I don't have a sponsor. I don't do 12-step. The rehab I went to in 2023 was 12-step, and it didn't work for me. A lot of what I find with the people I know through 12-step stuff and rehab, a lot of that within the 12 steps is about taking like a very hard, honest look at yourself and kind of trying to make amends for things in your past. I don't have anything majorly wrong I've done in my past because I was always an isolatory drinker. I've never drunk socially, never in my fucking life, other than a few very rare occurrences. Yeah, I mean, I started drinking when I was like 14. You know, I stopped attempting to make friends, and like relationships are very few and far between. Other than being a major whore when I had a modicum of like niche internet celebrity in 2012 when I was doing an offensive Facebook page. So I haven't really had that. But through the charity work, not charity, being the client of a charity, I found I really fucking like talking about it. It's like when you've been isolated with it for so long and, you know, it's got you beat, like you were stuck on your own. All desire you have to spend time with other people or even your family. And all of your excuses work. Every single excuse you can make up so that you are back alone with your bottle. You know, it's there's very little growth in it, strangely. I don't know how I guessed that. Yeah, when I started doing the groups and being able to like inject some humor into something that had been so soul destroying and just like waiting for the end for years. Yeah, I don't know. There's a little flicker of something. So my plan currently, I'm going back to meetings full time. I'm streaming full time. And I'm going to, because it won't affect meetings, I'm going to be asking about doing voluntary work for him for a while. Ultimately, the goal is I would quite like to go to uni and get counselling training. Hello! Sorry, I've been very in my head. Ah! Oh, she's going to drop me off a mountain.
No, I've been listening. Keep
Oh,
talking.
okay.
We're just looking for this phone.
Yeah. So that's kind of the plan at the moment. Yeah, it wasn't something I expected to happen, and I fucking hate it. I hate the addiction, and I hate myself for letting it happen, but I kind of got to stop that line of thinking because, well, that's how it gets you. And also, I will do anything now to avoid it happening again, because for the second time, those hallucinations, that is something different. That is very much your mind making itself known to be your enemy. I mean, it already is, because your mind wants something different to what you do, and it wins every time. Um, but that hallucinosis is that is something very, very different. Um, that will take anything you've seen, anything you've experienced, anything you care about, and turn it into the worst thing possible. Like, you know, you know how when you dream and time feels a bit dilated, like it goes on longer. It's like that. I remember the first time it happened. There was about 3 hours I was stuck in a hallucination. This was before I knew what was going on. I didn't know about alcohol hallucinosis, delirium tremens properly, or kindling until a week ago, when I started detoxing this time. This has all been new to me. I thought that after the last time it happened, that I had something very severely wrong inside me. Um, I just had a flicker of getting a bit emotional. We'll keep that at bay for this. Um, yeah, it's a strange thing to be 32 years old and have the lived experience of everybody you care about dying in a very gory fashion, witnessing it firsthand, it feeling real. And no prisoners. It doesn't give a shit. It's fucking awful. Um, yeah, it's when your brain turns against you, it's despicable. Like the shit it can conjure. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. See. I knew kind of about your. You guys had mentioned about your work before. Spoon. Firstly, fucking power to you. That is a. Does that even count as a fucking vocational job? That's just like, I don't even know how to describe what you do. That's just sharing the burden of pure horror. That's actually that's the best way. Vocational is a job that you do for the kind of for the ideology of it, and your personal passions and your beliefs, not for money. That's why I worked. So before I retired about a month ago, I worked in early years education for half of my life. Started when I was 14, so more than half my life actually. And now I don't do that anymore because I destroyed myself. Um, yeah, what I was saying about psychosis and hallucinations and stuff. A lot of us, we have a very particular lens of it, mainly from like it's media, films, books, stuff like that, and there's always somewhat of a filter over it, like just a little bit of suspension of disbelief, just so it's not quite human. You know, it's the way it can be put across that this isn't real. There is none of that in reality. It is fucking real. Um, you know, words like psychosis, insanity, crazy, things like that. It's all very othering. But the people going through that, it's fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, also, so there's obviously the three kinds of hallucination: auditory, visual, tactile. Um, first time round, auditory and visual was the worst. This time round, tactile. You can feel everything. So, pain, you can feel. And obviously, certain types of pain you haven't. You haven't felt before. You know, like some like internal stuff. Your mind bridges the gap. It makes it up as it goes along, just to hurt you. With that being said, though, I survived. Yeah, so it was really interesting you said about bugs last night. That's how mine always start. Insects. I looked down at the floor and it is just fucking crawling with insects. All right, I don't mean to smile at this, but Jane, same, and I've been the whole them under your skin, and yeah, I like, yeah, it's nasty. Obviously, so they weren't based even in reality bugs. They were like beetles. And the past few days, I've been thinking about where the fuck, what I had seen, or where I had found out what that's like, or even the fucking idea of that happening. And do you know what I realized? I realized exactly where I'd seen that. I realized exactly where that fucking hallucination came from. The first fucking Mummy film. It came from The Mummy. And I love that film, and it's ruined it for me. Yeah. Yeah, it's made me really regret the phase I had when I was like late teens, early 20s of getting into French extremity horror. Fucking French, man. Fucking French. Oh, but I had some news today. I had an ultrasound this morning. I'm waiting to get the letter with everything like properly in there. So you know, kind of keeping things tempered for now. But it wasn't actually a tech who did it today. It was an actual doctor. And based on my previous scans, and this one was done laying on my back instead of my front. So I had, what was it? Past few months were a bit of a blur. I think I had a CT and one ultrasound. The scarring on my liver isn't actually as bad as I first thought from the other angle. So I'm hoping they'll go as far as to give me a percentile of what still works. So obviously with livers, you can have the liver function test, which is through blood tests. And pretty much every time I've had one for the past, it was 2016, well, past 10 years. That's the first time I've like had any issues with my liver due to something I did which is not Twitch friendly. I'm sure you can guess. Yeah, the liver function test always showed up okay, and that like let me carry on what I was doing to myself. I only found out last year or the year before. The liver function test only shows how well your liver is functioning, but it only shows you the function of what still fucking works. So you could have 40% of your liver fucking gone, or even 40% of it still there, still functioning. The liver function test through a blood test will still only show you the resulting function of what remains. So it won't actually show you any damage, it will just show you the function of what's left. Which I found very interesting. So if you have any worries about your liver, ever, don't just settle for a liver function test, ask for an ultrasound or a CT. I need to check actually if it even is a fucking CT I had. CT for liver. Liver CT, yeah, okay. That was it. Everything gets fucking confused now. Yeah, so that's it. That's the end of that rant. I thought it was quite important to make that admission because accountability keeps us alive as addicts. Never had any traumatic experiences with bugs. Me neither. Me neither. When withdrawing, I see them a lot though. I think mainly because I'll say this in the least gross way possible. The first day or two when you're withdrawing from alcohol, you vomit uncontrollably. Doesn't matter if you've got nothing left in you, you will still be heaving. And it messes with your eyes. From the, the strain and all the blood vessels getting traumatized. So you get eye floaters. I'm sure loads of people have eye floaters. And yeah, in the very early stages of hallucinosis, the eye floaters get mistaken with stuff, and it's scary. Especially because this time I didn't know, am I hallucinating or is this just that? Did they give you Xanax for withdrawal over there? I'm guessing Xanax is a benzo. Yes, they do. I can't remember what it was I had this time. When I was in rehab, it was a 10-day. No. How many days was it? For 6 days, they gave us Librium, so chlordiazepoxide. It was actually a very funny joke I told. It may be one of the funniest things I've ever said. We sat around a table in the garden in rehab, me with these bunch of people who I became friends with, and then they all died from relapses. We were making jokes because I went into rehab during what was known as horny season in rehab, because there was a little alleyway that the CCTV cameras wouldn't cover, and people would sneak down there and fuck. I didn't. But we were just fucking joking around about it at a table once, and this guy is, what was his name? Priyan, lovely guy, father of 3, gone. He was alcohol, and he said, "What if you conceived a child in here? What would you call it?" And I just looked up from colouring. I said, "Probably Libby," because we were all on Librium. And we were fucking pissing ourselves for hours. Alright, that's the end of that. Shall we fucking roleplay now? Thank you for listening to that. I love you guys.
Love you, Reggie.
Love you, Lorna.
Love you.
Love you. New character name just dropped. Right, let me get back on duty.
Right. Fuck this phone.
Yeah.
We're gonna go look for that secret, that vendor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, now that I've had that, I think I'm going to be speaking about it more often. You know, there's a. Oh, we're fine. Oh, we're going to be fine. Oh, it's okay. That'll buff right out.
Now we just get to go to Seaton with some extra doors missing.
Yeah. Oh, you're such a good driver.
I really am, though. You have no clue. Whee!
Yeah, I might put. I was thinking about this. Because the first day I started withdrawing, I was like, okay, this has to be part of stream if I survive this. I'll figure out if I can put it in the tags without, getting completely ad blocked. This car's pretty tanky, huh?
It really is. I can't believe we haven't blown up yet.
Yeah.
Oh. How you feeling?
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, good. My
yeah.
I need to take a shower at some point. I stanky.
Yeah. That'd be good to do.
Yeah, I think it's because I think I've only had caffeine today.
Oopie.